Today we're going to be talking about the risks of vaping. Vaping has been in the news a lot lately. What do we know about the risk of vaping for kids?
Well, vaping's been in the news lately because there have been, by now, 1,900 reported cases of vaping-related lung injury, and those have caused 37 deaths. Young people are disproportionately affected. About half of the cases were in people who were 25 years of age or younger. And because of the rise in vaping products over the last 5 years, kids report today that one in 5 teenagers has used a nicotine-containing product, either cigarettes or a vape over the last month.
Wow. Weren't most of those cases of the vaping-related lung injury in people vaping marijuana?
Well, the majority of the cases were people who had used products containing THC, which is the main ingredient in marijuana. But a number of the other cases involved people who had used both THC and nicotine products, and some hadn't used any THC-containing products at all.
Besides vaping-related lung injury, what are some of the risks of vaping for kids?
Well, vaping products contain nicotine. And besides, even though they have names like cool cucumber and mango that make them sound appealing and harmless, the reality is that 99% of vaping products on the market contain nicotine. And we know from research on adolescents that nicotine is harmful to the parts of the brain that control mood and impulse control.
So what should I tell my teenager about vaping?
Well, besides setting a good example yourself, the most important thing is giving your kids a clear message that if they haven't started vaping, you don't want them to start it, and if they've tried it, that you want them to stop. Nicotine is harmful to the brain as well as the lung, and a single Juul pod contains as much nicotine as a pack of cigarettes. As with most topics with teenagers, threats and ultimatums don't work as well as an honest discussion of the risks and the facts. And the fact is that kids who vape are more likely to go on to smoke, and smoking causes yellowing of the teeth and bad breath, and so those are some of the facts that teenagers may be more likely to respond to. Ask your teen if they've tried vaping and why, because understanding their perspective is really helpful to having a good perspective and helping them to avoid it.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.